Greetings, Redheads. Thank you for joining me in another edition of your favorite show, the one, the only Reds View. Of course, I am your gracious host, the one and only, the most admirable J Red, live and direct. Before we begin, let me make sure that I go live on IG. Hold on a second. Okay. So we are live on Instagram right now. We are live on Facebook, and we are live, of course, on YouTube, which also means that if you have not, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, the official YouTube channel. That is right. It is youtube.com/ResView is flowing across your screen right now. Shout out to all of my listeners, my viewers. We have a lot to discuss. It's going to be jam-packed tonight due to all the buffoonery, all the crazy stuff that's going on right now. We have a lot to discuss. So buckle up your seatbelt because we got a lot to get into, man. We got a lot to get into. First off, again, make sure if you are not subscribed, subscribe to the YouTube channel, which is going across your screen right now, which is youtube.com/ResView. Follow me on all social media platforms. Hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. I want to get those likes up. I need people who are watching on Facebook to hit that like button. I need people on YouTube to hit that like button or the dislike button. It is all good. And don't forget to also comment. I want to have a discussion. We need to see those comments, whether good or bad. That's what we're here for. All right. And shout out to the replay gang that will be tuning in later. I'm going to shout out Maya, shout out to Ashley Carver, Trio 301, Go 810, Go 816. I always want to say 8106. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my people that are always tuning in each and every week. Every week. Look at me. I'm stumbling on my words. But anyway, first, let me begin by giving a big shout out and RIP to Chino XL, the rapper Chino XL. He passed away recently. I'm not sure exactly. I think, don't quote me on this, but I think it was because of a heart attack or something like that. I'm not sure. I saw it floating across social media and stuff like that. Now, if you're not familiar with Chino XL, he was a rapper back in the 90s. I don't think he had any like hit singles, but I know he was a respected MC back in the day. So deepest condolences to him and his family. A lot of people will consider him a legend. I didn't really know too much about him. However, I will say that the main reason, that I knew Chino XL was because of the Tupac dropping his name in the Hit 'Em Up disc, at the end. But RIP to Chino XL. All right, RIP to that brother. All right. So let's talk about the biggest, hottest topic right now. Now, of course, the election cycle is here. There's only a few months left till November, and I hate the fact that the election time is always around my birthday. My birthday is in November, at the end of November. I'm a Sagittarius all day. But what transpired yesterday was some of the of course it's buffoonery. It's a lot of buffoonery, and of course I'm talking about Megan Thee Stallion, popular hot rapper Megan Thee Stallion, appearing at Kamala Harris's rally that took place here in the city of Atlanta. I'm not exactly where the location was, but Kamala Harris, because I know those people out there are going to try to get me correct. All right. Kamala Harris held a rally here in Atlanta. Quavo appeared, Megan Thee Stallion performed, and I'm not sure who else appeared. But she had that rally, and Megan was on there. And not only did Megan appear, see, what I thought was going to happen was Megan was just going to make an appearance. I thought that Megan was going to make an appearance, but Megan actually performed. Now, before I begin this talking about it, is there a problem? Is there a problem with a celebrity appearing at a rally, speaking about politics, being interviewed about politics, whatever the case may be? Is it wrong to hear from celebrities, from Black celebrities? Because I'm talking about for the Black community. That's me. I'm Black first in America. Even if you watch this show, you know what I talk about. You know that I talk about, what do I want? Tangibles. I want tangibles, and that's it. No tangibles, no vote for Black people. So with that being said, there's nothing wrong with celebrities being talked to about politics, right? However, we as Black people put our celebrities on a pedestal as if it's they're a monolith and they speak for all of us, and we give so much shine to them and don't give other speakers opportunities to speak on stuff, right? We put too many emphasis on our celebrities instead of our scholars. Now, our scholars, thank God for the internet, because we can listen to them more than ever before. Back in the day, you just had to catch an interview with them, hopefully in a magazine, or read their books that they put out. But luckily, with YouTube and all these social media platforms, social media outlets, we can hear from our scholars. But instead of our scholars appearing at rallies and all this other stuff, we rely on these black celebrities. But I don't have a problem with black celebrities appearing, right? I have a problem with the buffoonery, the buck dancing, the samboing that comes with it, the performative stuff that comes with it, the stereotypes that come with it, right? So when Megan appeared on there, Megan, let me just show y'all. She got to twerking, man. She got to twerking. She got to twerking. Let me show y'all what happened. Of course, I'm not gonna play the audio, but I will play what took place. Megan Thee Stallion, and it's kind of, if you can see it, I'm sharing my screen with you. You see it right here? See her popping that butt? You see her popping it? Yeah, there she goes. She twerking, you know, and she's performing. And you see her background dancers are performing. You know, she got her suit fitted, like super fitted, right? She looking sexy. Can't deny. She she look nice, but she got her stomach out. And as she's twerking, she's saying, "Hey, vote for Kamala. Vote for Kamala. Vote for her. The first black female president." All this other stuff, right? But this is your girl. This is Megan Thee Stallion. They got her out here, and she's doing she does a dance where she's literally buck dancing. I kid you not. I don't know if it's gonna come up right now, but you can see she's performing, you know, moving her hips, all this other stuff, and she's performing, and you see some people don't even know what's going on. They're not really entertained. She just there, but see, she get to twerking again. She get to twerking again. All right. So yeah, you had Megan Thee Stallion there twerking for the vote. Let me tell you this, Democrats. Let me tell you this, Republicans, or any other politician that's looking to get the black vote. All right. Twerking will not get it done. That was a big slap in the face to the black community. It was a big slap in the face to black women, right? Because like I said, they try to treat black people like we're a monolith, meaning that we're ratchet. We just love to have a good time. And if you want to get our vote, that means that you have to get on our level. You have to be performative. You have to get some chicken, some catfish, and twerk on stage, right? The problem that I have with Megan Thee Stallion is time and place. All right. Is there anything wrong with twerking? No, it's not. I love seeing women twerk, but I do think that I'm desensitized. We're all desensitized from it now because it happens so much. But when is there time and place? Because the first thing, now everybody, this has been critically bashed. Everybody, this was a big fail for the Democrats and Kamala Harris. This is a big fail. This is an epic fail, because it didn't hit like they thought it was. They thought that it was going to sway a lot of people to vote. And, you know, Megan Thee Stallion is one of the hottest stars out right now. So if you get her on stage to twerk and all that, it should be good. But the reason it didn't hit like they thought it was going to hit is because you have her twerking. That don't get it done. If you had Megan Thee Stallion up there speaking, because from my understanding, I know she has a college degree in health administration or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So Megan Thee Stallion does stuff for the community, from my understanding. Why didn't you have Megan Thee Stallion up there speaking to the people? Why didn't you have her talking to the youth? Because that's what you claim that you're trying to get. You got to meet people where they're at. You got to meet black folks where they're at. So you want to get the youth. Why didn't you have her speaking like she has a college degree? Instead, you get her up there performing, knowing she doesn't have any songs on her catalog that talk about politics, any songs on her catalog that are inspirational, any songs in her catalog that are like gospel, talking about the Lord, all this stuff. Her content is very limited. Does she only talk about sex and twerking? No, but that's the bulk of what she talks about. Now, she freestyles and she does all this other stuff, but why would you have an artist like her take the stage? Now, listen, if Megan said, you know what, for this rally, I want to make a political song or a conscious song or something that's going to get people to want to go vote, and I'm going to perform that, she could have looked as sexy as she wanted to look, right? But, and could have did a dance routine. But if she would have did that, that would have been more acceptable. But this whole we're trying to meet black people where they're at thing, let me tell y'all something. This was disrespectful and shows you how much how low these politicians think about you. They think that if we twerk and get some black people, black entertainers, black celebrities to twerk, that will sway the black vote and make us feel relatable. No, when I see twerking, I'd rather see twerking when I'm at a club, at a party, if I'm on an OnlyFans page, social media, if somebody does that, that's cool. But when it comes to speaking to me about policies, voting, you need to take me serious like you take other race groups serious. You don't see them trying to appeal to Asians, Hispanics, white people, Indian people. You don't see them doing the same thing. Now, of course, I know twerking is in the culture and all this other stuff, right? But for the people who said that this was going to help reach the youth, y'all are acting like 18 and 19-year-olds are slow. Y'all acting like 18 and 19-year-olds only care about twerking. No, we all went to grade school, or most of us should have. But there's structure in education. There's structure from elementary school all the way to high school. There's structure. You can't just do what you want to do in class. So that means that if we're raised based off of schooling, we know what structure is. We know that when we study politics and U.S. history and all this stuff in the classroom, we know that it ain't nobody twerking showing that to us. That defecates on somebody's intelligence. So you mean to tell me that reaching out to the youth means that you get somebody to twerk? I guarantee you it wasn't no 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old young person young adult that looked on stage and said, Megan, her twerking and performing body yada yada and all this other stuff, that makes me want to go vote for Kamala Harris. No. They could be excited to see her perform, but you meet people where they are for sure, but you speak to them like they're actual adults, because it's belittling to say, yeah, y'all like twerking or this music sells or y'all go to these shows. We can separate that because it's time and place. But what that shows is that they don't care about how you're perceived. They want your vote, but they don't take you serious in your intellect. Shout out to TC. You said I agree with you. Absolutely. Because when I spoke about it today, now most people thankfully are saying that this is a disgrace. Even Megan Thee Stallion fans are saying that this is a disgrace. They are hotties. Look, we love it all day. And they actually got hoes for Harris trending because she was like hotties for Harris, but they got hoes for Harris that was trending. But to talk to black people through twerking, that ain't finna get the black vote, because everybody's going to criticize it and talk about it. We are like, I was embarrassed, like, just to see that. Like, damn, they think getting my vote means that they have to show me something performative. You might as well have got some watermelon, some stereotypical stuff like watermelon, get some catfish nuggets, get some fried chicken, and say, hey, take your booty to the poll. They've been doing this, though. And the main people that do this are the Democrats. I'm just calling it out. Now, of course, you're going to bring up Trump. The second thing that people said was, well, Trump had Hulk Hogan at his rally at the RNC. He had Amber Rose and he had rappers and stuff like that. Well, let me ask you this. Were the rappers and Amber Rose twerking on stage? Was Hulk Hogan twerking on stage? No. Hulk Hogan got into character, ripping his shirt off and stuff. But the whole time he was speaking about something. Now, I'm not defending it because Trump don't got my vote anyway. I ain't no Trump supporter. But one thing about Trump is that Trump doesn't feel like he's desperately trying to get my vote. Let me say that again. Trump doesn't feel like he's desperately trying to get my vote and meet me where I am, right? Trump says what he says, has policies, and it's up to my discretion if I agree with them or not, or I keep it pushing. Trump, of course, rappers support Trump and all this other stuff. You got these celebrities. But first off, I get tired of y'all bringing up Trump if I'm talking about Kamala. If I'm talking about Trump criticizing him, I don't want nobody bringing up Kamala, because it's like it's a tit for tat thing. Now, I know, of course, they're running against each other, but we can speak on one person without bringing up the other person. So y'all need to cut that out. But the other part is Trump doesn't feel, or the Republicans don't feel like they're desperately trying to get the black vote. Democrats are the ones going out of their way to get Megan Thee Stallion to twerk on stage and get Quavo to come and speak and all this other stuff. Now I know did Kodak Black perform at the Trump rally? I forgot, but Amber Rose, it didn't feel like she was representing black people when she was there. It felt like it was just Amber Rose. She don't even be identifying as black, to be honest. But yeah, with Trump, you bringing up Trump, it's like I don't feel like, if like even his appearance at the NABJ, I'm going to talk about that a little later. But yeah, Trump doesn't feel like he's trying to desperately get my vote and desperately get my attention. He just has his ways. He talks about what he's going to do and he keeps it going. I don't see take your booty to the poll and all that stuff on the Republican side, right? I'm criticizing the Democrats because they're supposed to be for the people, for black folks and all this other stuff, right? So you need to approach me like I'm a regular American citizen with common sense. With common sense. Why did Megan agree to it? Shout out to Maestro. Why did Megan agree to it? Because, oh, I'm glad that you asked that. You said like when in Mobile the guy did a blues fest for votes. All right. So why did Megan do it? I'm glad that you asked that. The reason Megan did that, they've been grooming up Megan to do this since the Tory Lanez thing happened. Rock Nation, that team, they noticed that the door was open for this. They knew that they were going to use her as a pawn to get some vote. I called this like some years ago. You want to know why Megan has these sponsorships, all these endorsements without having any hit records out? Think about this. Megan has like a Nike deal, Nike shoe deal. Megan has Planet Fitness. Megan has Amazon Prime. It's Prime Day without no hit records out. She's on a sold out tour. I mean, people are going to it. All this stuff is happening for Megan, and she don't have hit records out for real. For only hit record she got is with Glorilla. What's the last solo Megan hit that has been out? They have been grooming her to speak on Planned Parenthood and all this other stuff. It's a reason why Megan Thee Stallion has been chosen to do this. She probably had no choice, to be honest. So that's what it is. I'm answering your question with that. That's the reason I feel like it. You said, why are people voting for president? I mean, why wouldn't they be voting for the president? But I do agree that we need to vote locally too. That's where the most change comes. But that's why they have Megan Thee Stallion. They're using Megan Thee Stallion as a pawn, black folks. So I already knew. I knew when this election was happening, she was either going to do it for Biden or Harris. It didn't matter who was running, but I knew that's why they're using Megan Thee Stallion right now. But also, I got to give a shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson. He had a interview last week. I mean, it's still going on right now. Like they're releasing different clips from it. But Umar called this out. Dr. Umar said that when the Democratic National Convention comes up, it's about to be you're going to see a bunch of black celebrities doing some buck dancing, all this other stuff. And boy, oh boy, was he right. Boy, oh boy, was he right. We're seeing it in real time. Now, this is the other thing too. When you bring up Trump, right? You're bringing up Trump in his shenanigans, his rally, Hulk Hogan, Amber Rose, and all this. So if they were doing a lot of stuff that was degenerate or whatever on that side, that sector, the dominant society, how about this? How come you can't be better than Trump? How come you can't move better than Trump? Why is Trump the example on how we should operate? Well, he's doing this, so that means that we should do this. No. You're not supposed to move like that, because if we're being honest, the dominant society, those are the people that are on that degenerate stuff. We're supposed to have class as black folks. Why are we trying to do what they're doing? Compete with them. We need to be doing our own thing and being more classy. I had a conversation with one of my mentors some years ago. He's one of my mentors. We talked last week. He watched the Republican National Convention, and he told me that the buffoonery that they were doing on there, when he was growing up, which was in the 70s, 60s, 70s on up, black people back then were taught to act better than white people. You don't want to be like them. You want to be better than them. So my thing is, when people bring up Trump, how come you can't be better, do better, if that is the example of how America is operating? Because I feel honestly that Trump is the reason for a lot of this ratchet behavior, these sexy reds that's out. Trump helped usher that in. Follow me for a second, right? Before Trump was in office, I mean, ratchetness was here, but it wasn't pushed to the forefront like this. Like, you had all the other presidents, right? Whether black or white, or, you know, it was only one black one. But everybody carried themselves with this whole structure of how a politician or a president is supposed to move. Trump was the first one to be like, hey, I'm gonna say what I want. Trump came in that thing acting like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Straight up. Trump came in acting like Stone Cold Steve Austin when it comes to getting his point across and all this other stuff, right? So you said imagine Megan twerking for Biden. That's hilarious. But yeah, Trump is the reason for a lot of this buffoonery that's out. So I mean, I've seen the change. He brought that reality television, just that whole celebrity, like him being a celebrity and not a traditional politician, has a lot to do with what's out right now. Has a lot to do with what's out right now. So yeah, but I wanted to make it clear that if you want the black vote, you don't need to do anything performative. You need to treat us like people, like citizens. Like I said, it was such a slap in the face. This was a slap in the face to the black community, and black women should be outraged. Luckily, I've been seeing black women that have been outraged. There's a whole movement going on, right? But yeah, it's like I just was like, it's the same thing every 4 years, because they did this before. Even when it was the Stacey Abrams was running, y'all remember the no vote in, no bucking? You remember that? Like, if you don't vote, you ain't finna get this, you know, you ain't finna get no sex. They were doing that. Who was on there? Trina, Saucy Santana. You remember they did that? They shot it here, and I know somebody who worked on that show, but I'm not gonna put you out like that. But yeah, when it comes to black people, let's have a good time and all. Now, I'm not saying you can't get Megan Thee Stallion. I'm not saying you can't go and get Sexy Red. If you want to get Sexy Red to speak, okay, cool. But can Sexy Red come and talk like she has some common sense? Can Sexy Red talk about policies? Because you're not gonna get the youth to, like, if you're gonna make it cool for the youth to vote, they have to look at it and be like, okay, they're speaking to me and talking to me just like my teachers do, just like my professors do. Yeah, I listen to Megan and I have fun with Megan and listen to her music and stuff like that. But you have to speak to me like I have common sense, because if it's no structure, then the kids can do whatever they want to do, or the younger people can do whatever they want to do. Come with respect, because I guarantee you no 19, 20-year-old young person saw Megan Thee Stallion, or no Megan Thee Stallion fans saw her twerking on that stage and was like, yeah, that's gonna make me go to the poll. No, absolutely not. So that was a big no. That was a big fail. It didn't hit like they thought that they were. And the craziest, I'm not even mad at Megan Thee Stallion for doing it, because I feel like she's a pawn anyway. I'm more mad at the people defending it. I saw some dude today, some moist dude was on there, some light-skinned dude. He's always on Twitter trying to defend what the Democrats do. And she wasn't even really twerking like that. She was popping her butt, bro. And I'm not saying, I'm trying not to cuss so I don't get demonetized from this, or limited monetization. I'll say that. But she was twerking. She was twerking, whether she was bending it all the way over or just doing a little quick pop. She was still showing her derriere. She was still showing it. So it don't matter. It's about time and place. Come to black people with common sense, and come to black people with class, just like you go to other race groups. Respect. Then you might get the black vote. But until then, nah. This didn't hit like y'all thought it was. It was a disgrace. It was a slap in the face, and I didn't appreciate that at all. Oh Lord, Saucy Santana. Exactly. Saucy Santana was ridiculous. I said that, but now one thing that was interesting, Sway Lee was shamed. Oh, they went in on Sway Lee because he said that he didn't want to vote for Kamala Harris. Now let's look and see what Sway Lee has said about Kamala. You know, I'm gonna be getting her name kind of messed up today. So this is what he said. He said, do not vote for Kamala. Do your research on that whole camp. He said, I pay over millions in tax dollars every year. This man sent it to a whole nother country, referring to Joe Biden. Those little dollars that come off your checks, they gave it away. Think about that ish. The money we sent away, every American citizen could have got minimal 200 grand. Think about that. But I guess we don't need that ish. And y'all standing for Kamala. My black people, she don't do nothing but sign off on things against y'all, us. Voting just because you think she's black is not going to end in your favor. Those are facts. Those are facts. He even shared this. Let's see.
Negatively impacting black. I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of.
Okay. And he said, y'all better pay attention. And there's a lot more. So yeah, but of course, people were bashing Sway Lee. I saw some things. Why are rappers? You're a rapper. Why are you speaking up about this and this whole bashing thing? So my thing is this. Whether you feel like he's right or wrong, that man has the right to voice his opinion. How come Quavo can appear at a rally for Kamala and she's quoting him, you know, rappers appearing? How come Quavo can appear, but Sway Lee can't voice his opinion on who he wants to vote for and not want to vote for? How come he can't use his platform to talk about this? Because like I said before, you want people to vote. The Democrats or just people in general who are against Trump want you to vote. And they be like, okay, you registered to vote? And you be like, nah, I ain't registered to vote. You need to vote. Or if I say I'm not voting because it's nobody I want to vote for, you need to vote. Why are you wasting not voting and all this other stuff? So I say, if I say, hey, well, I don't want to vote for Kamala, I want to vote for Trump, then they'll be like, what? And I'm not saying I'm voting for Trump, but using that as an example, figuratively speaking, if I said I am voting, I am a registered voter and I want to vote on the Republican Party, then you have an issue with it. Just say that you want somebody to vote for Kamala. You want them to, when you say, are you registered to vote? You want them to vote for Kamala or the Democrats. But how come Sway Lee is slammed and he's speaking facts? He's speaking facts. I mean, it is true. They did give a lot of money away and still haven't given us reparations. So how come Sway Lee is bashed? But I bet you if Sway Lee was encouraging people to vote for Kamala, it wouldn't be a problem. You see how it works? You see how the semantics work? It's just crazy, and it's fun to watch sometimes how people switch up on you. Sway Lee is in a negative light, but Quavo was in a good light because Quavo was talking at the rally. Did y'all see when Quavo was talking at the rally? Did y'all see Quavo? Shout out to everybody who's on Instagram. Shout out to all of y'all. I wish the comments would transfer over here. That's why I'm kind of going back and checking. But yeah, so Sway Lee is slammed, but not Quavo. You know what I'm saying? So it all works in your favor. But he's speaking facts and he has the right to voice his opinion. See, when people like Ice Cube come up with the contract of Black America, that should be respected. But I remember when D.L. Hughley and Vivica Fox and everybody who was anti-Trump wasn't even listening to what Ice Cube was putting on the table, meaning that, hey, whoever is in office, whether it's going to be Joe Biden or Donald Trump, I want to have a sit down with them and we need to talk about policies. This is what the Black community feels. This is what we're requesting. These are our policies that we want. These are our tangibles. Let's work together. But nah, people were just like, oh, you make Friday movies, you make movies, and you're just a rapper and all this. The same man that said F the police and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't trip when rappers voice their opinions, even if I disagree with them. The men or women have the right to vote for whoever they want to vote for, right? Now, not unless you're saying anything out of bad faith or you're not being realistic and just trolling, you know what I'm saying? Or obviously you're ignorant, whatever the case may be. Another person that got slammed for Kamala Harris was Amanda Seales. Amanda Seales was bashed. Now, let's look and see what Amanda Seales had to say about Kamala Harris. Where's Amanda Seals at? So listen to what Amanda Seals had to say. Fair use, of course.
Put in clips of Kamala Harris stating things. I don't need politicians to state things. I need politicians to do things. When I met with Kamala Harris after she summoned me, I said to her straight up, you talk out two sides of your neck and we don't know what you're talking about. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Kamala Harris who's trying to shut me the fuck up. Because I told her straight up.
Okay, she's cussing. Hopefully she don't cuss no more, but
that I feel like she is disingenuous in her messaging. And she said to me, well, you're being too critical. And I said, I am a voter. I'm supposed to be critical.
Facts.
That's my job.
Facts.
And I want to see actions. She said, well, how am I supposed to talk about racism in America without calling Americans racist? I said, well, first of all, there are many racist Americans, but there's also policy, legislation, institution, and systems that are racist that need to be addressed. They need to be addressed. And if you're not going to do that in an actualized way and in a loud, bold way, people will never really know where you're coming from. Well, you can't tell me how I feel. So I'm not telling you how you feel. I'm telling you how you sound. I'm telling you how you sound. Okay.
All right, that's enough. But yeah, she's speaking facts. Now, I'm not an Amanda Seals fan. I don't really rock with her for different reasons. A lot of people's obvious reasons, right? But I mean, she has a point. All she's saying is, I'm holding you accountable. I'm supposed to criticize you because you want my vote, right? I want policies. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what Amanda Seals said right there. The credit card maestro. What up, bro? Okay, you joined me. Okay, yeah, good. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, bro, I'm glad I can see your comments. Yeah, have them all here so I can pull them up and read them. Because I was going back and forth from Instagram and stuff. But yeah, thank you for joining me on here. So yeah. So my thing is, there's absolutely nothing wrong with what Amanda Seals said. You're supposed to hold these politicians accountable, have conversations with them, criticize them. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And like I said, I don't agree with everything Amanda Seals be saying, but this right here is is very, very, very critical. So my thing is this: if she said she was supporting Kamala Harris, she would be getting praised and all this other stuff, or people would be talking stuff about her anyway. You know what I'm saying? Talking smack about her anyway. But no, she's just saying something. That's my thing. So why is a person being attacked for wanting policies? You see how crazy it sounds for me to be like, or for y'all to just be like, man, you should just vote just to vote. If you don't vote, you can't complain. I'm complaining now. These are policies that I want in place. These are my tangibles that I want. Are you going to provide that for me? Yes or no? If not, you don't get my vote. You need my vote. I'm not voting because it's a privilege. No, it's an American citizen right. That's why I'm voting. Yeah, my ancestors died and fought for the right for me to vote. Yes, the right for me to vote, not just to vote for anybody. That don't even make sense. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate that sub. That don't even make sense. So there is no reason for someone to be upset at Amanda Seals for just voicing opinions. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't get that. And you folks really be killing me with that. Like, y'all think that people just supposed to lay down and vote. I did a whole show last week talking about this, going in on people with this whole, we supposed to just give our vote away like we some hoes or something like that. It's equivalent to us going out on a date with a girl. She lets us hit the first night. She let me hit the first night. We ain't discuss no relationship or nothing like that. The next morning, she asked me, what are we? And I'm like, what do you mean, what are we? It ain't no rings on these fingers. You remember that? Eddie Murphy said that. It ain't nothing that we talked about. We just had a good time. We had some drinks and then we ended up doing something. Now, what happens after that? If she says, hey, well, J Red, I want to be considered to be in a relationship with you. Like, let's continue to date. This is what I want from a man. Like, are you trying to do that? If I say no, then she don't have to have sex with me anymore. But no, the black folks, we do the opposite. We be like, okay, sleep with us, take our vote. Yeah, take our vote. And then like we'll vote you in, but then we don't hold you accountable for nothing. Nah, it's a new day. You said you have to sell yourself to us. Yeah, you got to. Like you got some damn sense. That's what it is. That's what be killing me with folks, man. But like, when you criticize it, they're gonna say a couple of things. Oh, you must be a Trump supporter. Oh, your ancestors died for you the right to vote. Oh, don't Project 2025 or whatever the boogeyman thing is. The whole because Kamala hasn't came up with any tangibles. She hadn't said any policies. They are running with Trump is the boogeyman narrative. That's all they're running with right now. That's all they're running with right now. But speaking with Donald Trump, did y'all see him at the NABJ conference? Now that stands for National Association of Black Journalism or Black Journalists. I think that's what it is. Man, did y'all see your boy Donald Trump appear there? Let me tell y'all that it was a circus. It was a circus. Entertaining, but it was a circus. The issue that I had with it is that he was on there being drilled. And if you're gonna because it started out, and y'all can go watch. I'm gonna play a clip from it in a second, but it was a drill. They were drilling Donald Trump. And the thing is, you're gonna play fire, like you're trying to play fire with fire, but his thing is trolling. If you look at what he was doing, they asked him direct questions about what are you gonna do? What do you mean about immunity for the police, and what do you mean about black jobs and all this other stuff? And what Trump will do, just like a lot of politicians will do, they'll dance over what you're saying. They're gonna deflect, and that's what Donald Trump did. He was deflecting. But the women that were on there showed a lot of emotion, and he was trying to check them. In the beginning, he was just like, dog, like you coming in at me like that without saying hello or whatever. The woman went in straight on emotion and everything. I'm like, why don't y'all just straight up ask him directly? What are your tangibles for the black community? What are you going to do for the black community? Trump already looks bad. People don't care. That's the problem. Trump is the evil boogeyman, the Stone Cold Steve Austin of all these politics. Like, y'all not gonna make him look bad because he already looks bad. Stick to asking him the same questions. Stop going at it with emotions, because that's how you're gonna lose it every time. But one thing that he did, the internet, I knew this was gonna go viral. One thing that he did was talk about Kamala Harris's blackness. And this is fair use, by the way, fair use. Listen to this. This was a wild take.
And she was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
She has always identified as a black woman. She went to a historically black college.
I respect either one, but she obviously doesn't, because she was.
And hold on for a second. That whole historically black college stuff, I'm gonna get on that. Just remind me. Oh, I can't wait to go in on that. Let's keep going.
She was Indian all the way, and then all of a sudden she made a turn, and she became a black person.
Just to be clear, sir, do you believe that
I think somebody should look into that too when you ask. Continue in a very hostile, nasty tone.
It's a direct question, sir. Do you believe that?
And
all right,
she was.
And I feel what Tariq Nasheed said right here. He says that they sat up there and got cooked by Trump today by trying to act like shields for the Democrats. If they would have been more objective, their grilling would not have backfired on them. I agree. Now, that whole like Kamala Harris's blackness thing. Okay, I already told you that woman doesn't identify with being black. She only does that. She cosplays being black. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all need to stop with the whole HBCU, AKA stuff. That's played out by now. A white person, a Caucasian person, a Hispanic person. There are different race groups that are a part of Black Greek letter organizations. There are different race groups that have went to the HBCUs. Just because it's a historically black college and university, Rachel Dolezal went there. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna equate somebody's blackness to a school or a fraternity that they're in, then Vanilla Ice, because he did hip hop, he could be considered black. Y'all are saying and looking dumb and looking so ridiculous in that argument. If Eminem went to a HBCU, think about this. If Eminem went to a HBCU and he was in Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, that's shout out to the brother. If he was in that, would that be considered? Would he be considered black because he has that background, the black experience? No. Now, was she? Now, can you see how black people operate and see how the black experience it is at the HBCUs? Yeah, absolutely. But that don't make you black. The woman identifies with being Indian, Asian, South Asian. Come on, let's stop. Let's stop that narrative. Please, let's stop. You say, I have seen she identifies Indian. We identify her as black. Yeah, she's not. Shout out to Jonetta Fields. Aren't you? Are you Doja's cousin? I'm not sure if you are. I think that's who you are. Shout out to you though. But she identifies as Indian. She only identifies as black when she feels that it's time to benefit from us, to get our vote. That's when she quotes rappers and all this other stuff. But regardless of her blackness, let's talk about policy. Because at this point, I don't care what she identifies as. I just want policy. That's it. I don't care if it's a white person. I don't care if it's a Hispanic person, somebody who does want to cosplay black, even though it's disrespectful. Come with policies. Bring your chicken. Bring your twerking and all this other stuff, right? But bring some policies with it. You said she identifies human and marry her white husband. Absolutely. Absolutely. When it's needed for the black voice, even when Biden made her his running mate. Exactly. That's all that she does. And that's all that it is. Jonetta Fields, if you are not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe to this channel right now. But yeah, it's like they play in our faces. But anyway, what Trump said, as bad as it sounds, he wasn't lying. Now, Trump knows how to troll. He's trolling right now because he's a shark that smells blood. Trump has a team, a solid team that pays attention. He has a solid team that pays attention to what's going on these Twitter streets, these Facebook, Instagram. He knows that the black community isn't rocking with Kamala Harris like that. So what does he do? He's going to shout out to you. Okay, you said you did subscribe. Thank you. Thank you for that sub. What does he do? He's going to be like a shark that smells blood. He's going to go in and question or go at her blackness. So of course, coming from a white man, it's like, come on, man. But I mean, she don't identify with us. So it is what it is. I'm not mad at it. He didn't tell a lie. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, with Trump, like I said, he's the regular typical, well, he ain't a typical politician, but he dances around anything talking about black folks. He says that he's the greatest the greatest president to do something for black people since Abraham Lincoln, which is ludicrous. It's ridiculous. But Trump is Trump. If we're so anti-Trump and we don't want Trump to win, how about give black people something to vote for? You ever thought about doing that? If you don't want Project 2025 and all this other stuff, give us policies that will make us want to vote. We save you, right? Why don't you give us policies? That's how you combat Trump. But no, you don't want to do that, do you? All you want to do is shame us into voting, saying that black men ain't voting Kamala Harris because she's a black woman and all this other stuff. That ain't going to work. You can't anti-black man your way out of this one. It's just not going to work. But y'all gotta check out that interview that he did with them. Like, they were trying to grill him, but they ended up looking silly at the end of the day. Now, hold on a second. Y'all give me just a second. So there's a thing with Tory Lanez going on right now. There's a thing going on with Tory Lanez. It appears that his bodyguard speaks up, and it says that there's new evidence. Let me share my screen with y'all real quick. Let me share my screen. So it says that new evidence claim in Tory Lanez case rejected by Attorney General. All right. Tory Lanez and his legal team attempted to submit new evidence relevant to the 2020 shooting. The Canadian singer moved to use a statement from his driver, Waquan, I think that's how I say it, Smith, who was there on the night of the shooting, and claimed he saw Meg Thee Stallion's ex-friend holding a gun. All right. Now I saw it. He said we came to the conclusion that we're not gonna call him, blah blah blah. So yeah, to make a long story short, right? It's evidence that they want to present, but it's being rejected. But Tory Lanez bodyguard says that Kelsey had the gun and all the stuff that we already felt like we knew anyway. But my whole thing is this with the whole Tory Lanez thing. Whether he is innocent or not, he should have took the stand. It's really his fault that he's in jail right now. Because when you have somebody that says that you shot them and they survived, and you're in a courtroom and you're not testifying, because you already look bad. The person survived and they're in there identifying that you shot them. It's all in the media, all in the news. But you're trolling because that's what he was doing at first, and not really, it didn't seem like he was taking it that serious because he got a little cocky. But Tory Lanez is the reason he's in jail right now. Now, of course, a lot of people are mad at Megan Thee Stallion. I don't rock with that because I know Megan used that to try to propel her career, and I hated how that situation went down. A lot of people feel like Tory Lanez is innocent and all this other stuff. But the problem with Tory Lanez is that he did not speak up for himself. Because a lot of people were saying that because he didn't want to snitch on Kelsey, be that as it may. And I understand from his side, it's like, okay, if I snitch on a woman, I'm already in trouble for allegedly shooting a black woman. But if I snitch on this other black woman, my career is at stake. People going to look at me funny. But would you rather be behind bars for the next 10 years? Or would you rather tell the truth about what happened? What would you rather do? You said I need sound politics and no broken promise. Yep, exactly. But with Tory Lanez, it's his fault. I would have taken the stand if I was him. But regardless of the fact, I mean, I got to put the blame on him now. Of course, Megan Thee Stallion is something interesting that Joe Budden had to say about it. Joe Budden believes that higher ups are behind this. Let's listen to what Joe Budden had to say about this. Fair use, by the way.
End up in shooting somebody. Again, male ego get bruised, disrespect, frustration, high, drunk, not all the way sane. Any of these things, I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying all.
I believe he's ill-tempered.
Yeah,
I do believe he's ill-tempered.
I've seen niggas get shot for, and I'm sure y'all have for less than that.
I've never seen a celebrity do it.
That's fair.
I've never seen a celebrity shoot somebody for less. People that have a lot going on. He had a lot going on. One of the hottest artists out now, not as successful as her at the time. But I'm pressed to believe
rappers
that.
I really just don't think that all of that is being taken into account in this heated moment, like you said, that is fueled by drugs and alcohol.
But in the heated moment, why is Tory heated?
I got one number one thing you might do that.
Somebody tell me why Tory Lanez would be heated in that moment. I popped you. I'm the one that want to tell about it.
Well, I can certainly see him being very annoyed. I still think that it wasn't necessarily him intentionally shooting. If he did, in fact, was the person that pulled the trigger, I think it was
just recklessness.
It was a bunch of fucking,
recklessness.
Or maybe he shot at the ground and just actually
scuffle and recklessness is still different than he shot me, which has been my beef with Meg this entire time.
Gotcha.
Why would she make it up? Well,
first of all, I think it's above her. I don't think she made it up.
Okay.
So this is where it gets Joe's putting his tinfoil Koofy hat on. Let's hear what he got to say.
It's above her. She's a mere pawn in this. This play is greater than her. She didn't make nothing up. I ain't gonna say who I think made it up.
Okay.
But it wasn't her.
Okay.
And who set the play to make sure it gets out that way and stays that way.
Yeah. Like, actually, niggas out there know who it is. I ain't saying it on my broadcast. But I know exactly who it is. I know how that gun got there. I know who gun it was. And I thought it was weird that the last time we talked about this shit, Kelsey jumped in my DM talking about, hey, don't talk about this no more. Why?
All right, now that's interesting. Now, I feel Joe on that. Now, I don't know who he's alluding to. All right, so it's going to remove. So Instagram can't be on Instagram right now. But I don't know who he's actually talking about. But I told y'all early in this broadcast that Megan was a pawn. I think that they used her in that situation for the Democrats and all this other stuff. But Joe was saying some other stuff about some people that he knows how the gun got there and all this. And I really want to know who he's talking about. So in the comment section, y'all let me know who he's talking about, who he's alluding to, because the first person I thought of, I ain't gonna lie, Jay-Z. I heard his name floating around a lot during the Megan Thee Stallion thing and all that stuff, but I don't know. I don't know, but what I can say is that Tory should have taken the stand, and he possibly would not be in the situation that he's in right now, right? But yeah, we'll just have to see what happens from there. Couple of last things I want to cover because I ain't gonna be on all night. Did y'all see the Eminem versus Slim Shady skit? Did y'all see that at all? If not, go to Complex, go to YouTube and type in Eminem versus Slim Shady. Eminem is and I would play it, but it's a lot of cussing up in it, right? But Eminem is, you know what? Oh, no, let me play. I'm gonna play a little bit of it. I'm gonna play a little bit of it. Let me see and pull it up. Let's see. The face off. Okay. I'm gonna play the beginning of it. And this is fair use, by the way. So it's real dope. It's a very dope concept. Look at this.
Guess who's back?
What the fuck?
Back again.
Really?
Shady's back.
This guy.
Tell a friend.
You gonna sing the whole song?
Guess who's back? Hi, my name is Chicka Slim Shady.
We know.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna just play that. They already dropped the F-bomb, but y'all got, when y'all get a chance, go check it out because it's Eminem facing off against Marshall Mathers, and they could really make like a little movie out of this. This is real dope. Like, it's Eminem basically saying, like, I've changed now, but you're my alter ego, Slim Shady. You're still acting like it's the year 99 or 98 or 2000 again, where you could just freely say stuff about people, and you know, there was no cancel culture and all this other stuff. It's him battling himself, his alter ego, and it's a very dope concept. And just with everything that's going on right now, like it's very dope. If you haven't got a chance to listen to that album, The Death of Slim Shady, you really got to check it out. You really got to check it out, man. It's the best mainstream album that has dropped this year. It hadn't really been too much to drop this year, but him battling himself, I just like the way that he tapped back into his old self. But you can tie that into wanting to be you, but the negativity is what got you here. All this other stuff. It's a real dope concept. So y'all got to go and check that out. The last thing that I want to talk about. How do y'all feel? First of all, did everybody see Deadpool 3? Did you see Deadpool and Wolverine? Let me know if you've seen it. That's the best Marvel movie since Endgame. I'm going to keep it a buck. That Deadpool and Wolverine is the best Marvel movie since Endgame. Keeping it a buck. Very good movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. The storytelling was dope, phenomenal. Great acting from Hugh Jackman. You know, he's been playing Wolverine for 24 years now. This has been, it was great. And it reset the Marvel Cinematic Universe because they've been on a decline since Endgame. You've had some good movies sprinkled here and in there. I enjoyed Black Panther 2. Spider-Man No Way Home was one of the best movies they put out. And then Doctor Strange 2 was very good. But this Deadpool and Wolverine has really shaken things up to make me look forward to what's coming next. I cannot wait to see the next movie, which is going to be Captain America New World or Brave New World. That's going to be with what's his name? Anthony Mackie, with the Red Hulk and all this other stuff. But anyway, be that as it may, let's talk about the buzz that happened this past weekend. Robert Downey Jr. replaces Jonathan Majors. Now, when I say replace, I'm not saying that Robbie Downey Jr. is going to be playing Kang the Conqueror, but it was revealed that Robert Downey Jr. will be playing Dr. Doom, a completely different character. Now, I thought that there was going to be the Iron Man version of him, but because it's supposed to be an Iron Man variant of Dr. Doom. It was rumored that he was going to come back in some kind of capacity, you know what I'm saying? But now it's been revealed that he's going to play Dr. Doom. Now, some people were excited because he's a classic Marvel character. But then not only is Dr. Doom a classic Marvel character, but Robert Downey Jr. is one of the main characters of Marvel, and he did a real good job in the MCU. But some people gave it a little backlash. But one reason is because Jonathan Majors. You know, they had that whole comparison saying that Robert Downey Jr. messed up when he was on top, like back in the 90s, became a dope head, but then got back in the Hollywood game. But then Jonathan Majors messes up one time, and then he's removed from Marvel. So how do y'all feel about that? Like, were you looking forward to Kane the Conqueror? I'll tell you this. I love my black people, and I love Jonathan Majors as an actor, but the Kane the Conqueror storyline, I wasn't really feeling. It was taking too long to develop, and the movies and the TV shows didn't make it no better. I mean, Loki was good. Some of the TV shows were good, but it felt like it was drawn out, and it felt like it was taking too long to get to the selling point of making me that invested into He Who Remains and Kane the Conqueror. It was taking way too long for me. So this is going to be a breath of fresh air. Now, I do think it's messed up that Jonathan Majors made that one mistake as a black man, but you got to know how to operate. You know, if you date a white woman, you have to know the repercussions that come with that. That's been like that since slavery. So you have to know the country that we're in, and you have to know what white women can be capable of. You know what I'm saying? So it was a messed up situation. But at the end of the day, Doomsday, Avengers Doomsday is going to be the next Avengers movie, and I think that's going to be in 2026. So Robert Downey Jr. is geared up to play that. How do y'all feel about that? Do you ride with it? I took a poll to ask about this, and let me see where it's at. Let me see how my redheads are thinking about this. Give me a second. Let me look at my post. All right, hold on. Let me share my screen. Let's see where it's at right now. All right, so I asked, what do you think of Robert Downey Jr. replacing Jonathan Majors in the MCU? More people said I wanted Kane the Conqueror. It's only 12 votes, but more people said I wanted Kane the Conqueror. Everybody else has said that they were ready for Dr. Doom. So we see a lot of people that did want to see Kane the Conqueror. Like I said, I'm a fan of Jonathan Majors' work, but it just was taking too long for me. It was too drawn out and not getting to the point, and the movies just weren't making it interesting. What was that? Ant-Man Quantum Mania. That didn't do it for me, and that was his first movie that he was in as Kane the Conqueror, and it didn't do it for me. Now, when he was in Loki, it did something for me, but nah, I just wasn't rolling with it. But what do y'all feel? Let me know in the comments how you feel. What did you think about that? MCU is back. I'm a big Marvel Cinematic Universe fan, so that was exciting to see. But yeah, that's all that we're gonna talk about that today. But let me show y'all this. Hold on. Let me share the new promo, which is anti-red, the anti-red campaign. Hold on a second. Let me show y'all this. This is the new anti-red campaign. Hold on, let me share my screen. Hold on a second. God, dog. All right, go here. All right, boom. And boom. All right, y'all check this out. This is anti-red. Look at this promo, ladies and gentlemen. I say a lot of things that people are afraid to say. Man, J Red is a hater. I'm saying what I feel. That's not hating, it's critiquing.
He thinks he's right, but he's always wrong.
When it comes to topics in the hip-hop culture, I'm always right.
Bro, I've been on J Red platform at least 5-6 times. He hasn't proven a point correct yet.
He's a perfect example of why everybody doesn't need a podcast.
I'm gonna block him so that way I ain't gotta be on the show no more.
I used to help him shoot Red as you, but he done got out of control. He on his own.
All these artists he critiques, he wishes he was in their spot.
All these artists that I critique each and every week, I can rap better than all of them.
Somebody need to cancel this man's show.
Please come cut this man Wi-Fi off.
My Wi-Fi ain't going nowhere.
Man, this dude J Red thinks Drake doesn't have a classic album. He clearly was dropped on his head in the base.
The man hates on Sexy Red. She got the club jumping right now.
Bro, if I gotta hear about Bone Thugs and Harmony one more time from J Red, he claimed they the greatest group of all time. Like Outkast never existed.
I mean, are they not the greatest rap group of all time?
Why doesn't he have any women on the show? Is he afraid of a little competition?
People sometimes do too much or say too much.
Say what?
Sometimes feel like you ever do too much or say too much.
No, I think I don't say enough.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The anti-red era is here. Ladies and gentlemen, how did y'all like that promo? How did you like the promo? Tell me how you liked it. Were you feeling it? Shout out to Cultureless Theories on CJ. Shout out to QB from Cultureless Theory. If y'all have not already, make sure that you subscribe to their channel. Go check it out. They put up some great content. Shout out to DJ Don Picasso, the one that called me a hater. Shout out to him. Shout out to my homie Shantae Hughes, actor, musician, all of that. Cancel me. Exactly. I didn't piss these people off. The promo was good. Thank you so much, Maya. Thank you so much. Ray Livy, you said I like it. I'm so tired of both. Man, Ray Livy. Shout out to Ray Livy. Raven. Shout out to Raven. Maya. We got Raven in the house. You said, but we got to cancel you now. Yeah, man. I've been doing too much, man. I've been pissing people off. A couple of my videos that went viral, and people like the Kamala Harris. Did y'all see when I criticized Kamala Harris and they was going in on me? Oh my God. So yeah. But guess what? You're gonna be tuned in to me because you want to see what I gotta say about stuff. That's why it's called Red's View. But if you want to cancel me, hey, it's cool to be canceled. How about that? I'm already canceled. You can't take nothing away from me, right? You can't stop my bottom line. I'm going to be here to stay. I'm gonna be here to stay. You said it was good. Thank you, brother. So yeah, that's the anti-red campaign. I'm gonna be playing that. Yep, I'm the hater. I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way that you talk. I hate the way that you sneak this. If I catch flight, it's gonna be direct. Man, but yeah, I hate on Sexy Red. I hate on who else? Nicki Minaj, Megan Thee Stallion. I everybody I critique on, I hate. I can't stand them, right? I wish I could be in their spot. Yeah, all that. Yeah, J Red is a big old hater. Well, yeah, man, I had fun shooting that. Got some more promos, of course, we're gonna do. But yeah, we're gonna if you see it, if you follow me on social media, do me a favor. Share that because I gotta drop it on Facebook. Share that on Facebook, share that on Instagram if you have Instagram. Just go to my my page and just put it in your story. You ain't even got to put it on your main page, just put it in your story to support. Shout out to everybody who is watching right now, man. We had a great discussion. I was criticizing Kamala Harris and everybody like that, and Donald Trump and everything like that. So replay gang, y'all make sure that y'all check this out. If you're watching this on Facebook, do me a favor, hit the like button, get those likes up, and then also hit that share button. That is important. We always want to get those shares up. And we were live on Instagram, but I think since we went past like the hour thing, they had cut it off. Wish I could still go live on Twitter, but Elon Musk is tripping. But yeah, man, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you have not already. YouTube.com/RedsView is going across your screen right now. And then also you need to check out my EP Rewind. My EP Rewind, J-Red Rewind, is available on all streaming platforms. 5 blazing tracks that sample some of your favorite songs from the 90s. Also, go ahead and check out Red Velvet. Check out Red Velvet. That's 4 songs, blazing songs that are catered toward the ladies. I got some new music I'm working on the way. And catch me on Southern States Pro Wrestling. I'm a ring announcer now. Catch me Southern States Pro Wrestling. August 11th is the next date. I'll keep y'all posted and informed about that. If you have not also ordered your Reds View shirt, I still have mediums. I still have like 1 or 2 larges and then the rest smalls. So if you want it, hit the Cash App or hit me up in the DM about the Cash App and I'll get with the address and I'll send it to you, let you know. I'm just selling them for $15. So that's a steal right there. As expensive as these shirts are nowadays, that's a steal. That's a grab. All right. Oh yeah, Chocolate Kiss is still my favorite. Yeah. I have to shoot a video to Chocolate Kisses. I just gotta make sure I do it right. But Raven, I don't know if you saw. Yeah, I think I sent you when I did Toxic Love. So yeah, that's another fan favorite. So y'all make sure that y'all check those EPs out on all streaming platforms. Follow me at JAYR3D on all social media platforms. But yeah, replay gang, go back and check out what we're talking about today. So I gotta finish some things up later on tonight. But it was great talking to everybody, right? Make sure that you vote for who gives you tangibles and policies. We ain't going for that BS buffoonery no more. All the buck dancing, you can continue to do that, but that's not going to get the black vote. All right. Anyway, this is J Red Red's View, anti-red hate campaign. I am signing out. Peace.